Shalom, it's your brother Balcoma from Chicago branch of GMS, coming at you with another lesson back into this book, The Walk Through the Bible by Leslie Newbigin. This is going to be part 2. So let me go to where I left off. All right, and first and foremost, I want to give all thanks, praise, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, the true elders, the true leaders of all Israel, which is on earth today. All right, and salutations to the Akim that are out there doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. And you Waf that are now, watching. All right, to you I'll say shalom. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right into where I left off. And it starts off in the beginning. And it says, and now let us turn to a look at this book, and let us look at those majestic words which the Bible opens. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Well, let's correct that. It actually says Elohim, because in Hebrew, the word Allah means power. When you put yum on the end of it, it means powers, as in plural. Okay? So that was the Yahweh creating Yahweh Shai, which we can get that, and I do believe in John when it says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word became flesh and all that. Let's see if we can get that real quick. And then Yahweh Shai created the archangels and the first fruits, and they together created everything that you see, smell, and taste. Right, this is John, the first chapter, St. John, and it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with power, and the Word was power. The same was in the beginning. So it's telling you that who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ was in the beginning. Now, he was, because he's the prince. I mean, he's the supreme prince of the universe. And he made the Israelite men, the elect Israelite men, co-heirs. All right. He made them heirs with him. All right. So that's what it is. So that word is Elohim, which brings on a lot of confusion in the church. Just thought I'd, add that is because they'll and they're in the mind, the way they teach it, the way the Christian and Judeo-Christian teaches, they teach that it was just God himself and he made everything. Truth of the matter is, he created his son and gave his son the power to do everything. The Most High is so powerful, he don't have to do anything. He created powers to do powerful works for him. That's power, man. All right. Back to the book. The first chapter of Genesis was almost certainly written during the time when Israel was in exile in Babylon. Matter of fact, I'm not going to read them. I'm just going to read the highlighted parts that I highlighted. They were descendants of Abraham, speaking of the Israelites. They were descendants of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Moses. They knew God as their Redeemer, which would be Yahweh. The God who had saved his people, or the power that had saved his people from bondage. And they had a totally different picture of Yahweh's creation, not as a result of violence, but an action of Salakia, but the action of a God of love and wisdom, who out of sheer love desired to create the world to reflect his glory and human family to enjoy his world and give his love. All right. Well, he just said that he was a God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He wasn't a God of anyone else. So let's read a couple scriptures to solidify that. Because here they go again with that, that misconception that the Lord is for everyone. This is Joel 2:27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh your power, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. Jumping down to verse 32. And it shall come to pass that whoever shall call upon the name of Yahweh shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion, Israel, and Jerusalem shall shall be deliverance, as Yahweh hath said, and the remnant whom Yahweh shall call. All right. So that's northern and southern kingdom and the elect. All right. And the 2/3 of the northern and southern kingdom will get the blessing on the other side, because it is written in Zechariah the 13th chapter that 2/3 shall be cut off and die. And they're going to be cut off and die for the wickedness and the sins that they have committed. And for those of them, especially those of them who know they're Israelites but choose to live their life as the heathen, you know, or you know, they're going to do them, because what's the point? Because I actually know Israelites that know they're Israel and know that they're going to get the kingdom, but they rather just do them right now. All right. Which is like with this new hot topic, well, starting to fade already, but the topic of Kendrick Lamar. You know, Kendrick Lamar, you know, said how he knew he's an Israelite. He's not black no more, no more. And that's just a color and not a fact. That's true. I'm glad he spoke that truth. But then the next couple lines, which your brother pointed out in the video, because I didn't get into the song like that or listen any further. But in the next couple lines, he basically said what I just said, but he gonna do him. You know, there's hoes to get, money to get, bitches to get, and all that, and weed to smoke and all that sort of thing. So, and I actually had a personal childhood friend that I shared this truth with for years, you know, who told me that he actually believed me, but he liked living his life the way he gonna live it. And he said that, well, you said I'm going to get it anyway, so I'm just going to do me until that time comes. And that's basically what he said, man, you know, because he doing well. He making a lot of money, and, you know, it's really no stress for him. It's in that department. So anyway, back into the book, to walk through the Bible. The purpose for which we were made is to glorify Yahweh and enjoy him forever. And let me read one more thing, too. When he said he's the God of when this author wrote he's a God of all people, because he is, but he's the God of Israel. All people are going to serve Israel. Okay. That's First Ezra. This is Second Ezra 6, and I'm gonna start at 54. And it reads, "And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures," all right, because mankind is also referred to as creatures too, all right, "of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen." Okay. This is real quick. This is 2 Ezra 5 and 27. "And amongst all the multitudes of the people, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that approved of all." All right. So he only has one people, man, and it's the people of Israel. Okay. Back to Ezra, 2 Ezra 6 and the 6th chapter, starting 55. "All this I have spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes." So the world was made for the sake of the Israelites and the Israelites only, man. Okay. So back into the book, it says the purpose for which we were made is to glorify Yahweh and enjoy him forever. So I'm going to read Romans, the 9th chapter. All right. Because until the kingdom of heaven comes, which is near at hand, only Israel can serve the Lord. All the nations are going to learn to serve the Lord in captivity, those first 1,000 years of the kingdom, where all the nations will be under subjection of the Israelites to build up the kingdom. Then after that 1,000-year period is up, the nations, all the nations that you read about in Genesis, the 10th chapter, except the nation of Edom, of course, will go back to their respective lands and live peacefully and be tributaries unto the Israelites and serve the Israelite power. They're not going to have idols and their own gods. They're going to serve the Israelites' power, which is Yahweh. Okay? And Yahweh Shai. They're going to serve that power, man. And when the ones that don't do it are going to suffer and be punished for it. That's going to be the job of the 144,000. To manage and watch over and be a judges to the other nations, because the Israelites are all going to be perfect, including the 2/3, because they're going to come back with the laws written into their hearts, meaning their minds. All right, the Hebrew word la'ab, which means your mind. Okay, but we're going to Romans 9. I'm going to read verses 1 through 5. I say of the truth in Mashiach, I lie not, my conscience also bear me witness in the Holy Ghost, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. All right, which means his mind. For I wish that I myself were accursed for Hamashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Okay? According to the flesh, meaning he was physically related to them from the same sperm line. Okay? Not spiritually. Okay? Because according to the scriptures, your neighbor is another Israelite. Okay? Who are Israelites? To whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh and the promises? Whose are the fathers? Of whom concerning the flesh Hamashiach came, who is over all. Yahweh bless forever. Amen. That is beyond plain and simple. It told you clearly. All right. Romans the 9th chapter shuts down all indication that any other nation has anything to do with what was written in this book. To say otherwise would mean that there's that you're saying that the Lord is schizophrenic, because it told you clearly in this passage that only it was all for the Israelites and their flesh, their people, the ones who made the covenant with the Lord, and only they can serve him. And that's who the Lord came and died for. And then said they were over all. Okay? Back into the book. The thing that New Age spirituality tries to hide is what I just read. All right. The thing theologians call the fall, what happened? We have been given freedom and we have been given knowledge of goodness of God. God did not want us to know evil. He wanted us to know only good. But there creeps a little snake of suspicion should not find ourselves on the other side. And basically that serpent, all right, was Esau. That serpent in the garden was spiritually Esau, who came back as Cain, the spirit of Cain. Cain and Abel was Jacob and Esau come back. Because righteous Cain killed Abel, all right, and then Jacob and Abel. And when Esau and Jacob was born, those were the spirits of Cain and Abel returning, man. And if you can't understand that, you don't understand the Bible, man. That's reincarnation. I watched a video speaking on that. Let me go to Romans 8 and 16. Of my brother Kazak and the brother Banyanya in the Mississippi camp at the Los Lunas, Mexico stone, the Decalogue stone. And it was a very powerful video. Excellent, what I would call immaculate video epistle, which destroys Edomite lies, man. This is, they can't deal with GMS, man. They can't. All right, we're too scholarly and we're too versed in these scriptures, man. Why? Because we were set up by the real men of the Lord, man, which are the apostles and the elders of GMS, man. All right, even the name is spiritual. All right, because the scriptures, it does say in Revelation, I think it's 18th chapter, that a great millstone was going to tear down this place. And we have torn down this place and constantly tearing it down, but we're tearing it down with the words of Yahweh, man, before the actual millstones come. Okay? But that brother Kazak, man, it is clear through the spirit that brother is one of the prophets come back, man. It says, let another man, exhort you and lift you up. And I'm not going to dare speak who I think he is. It's just my own personal thing. It really doesn't matter. I know he's an Israelite, but I believe that he's a Kazak's not a regular brother, man. He's not just he's a major person coming out of these scriptures, man. I believe that with everything, man. But this is Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh, man. All right? Which is why we do the things that we do, man. Okay? Back into this book, it says, the first two brothers, Cain and Abel, become respectively murderer and victim. Murder, jealousy, strife become the order of the day. The whole human world degenerates into chaos and the spiral into violence. Yeah, and it did, man. Okay. The curse of Cain was leprosy. Okay. And Cain came back and as Esau. All right. Let me get a couple quick scriptures. This is we're going to close this one out. This is Revelation 22. And 11. All right. Speaking on that, you know, this how your spirit comes back. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. That would be Cain. That would be Esau. Okay. And so it says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. So you when you come back as a prophet, if you are a prophet, you are a holy man. If you are Edomite or heathen, you are filthy or unclean, man. And Esau is the wicked. All right. And that's how, you know, the serpent seed, man, that's the so-called white man. Because that serpent came back as Cain, and Cain came back as Esau, man. And Abel, righteous Abel, came back as Jacob. All right. So there it is, man. One more quick scripture. And then, like I was talking about my brother Kazak, man, I know he's one of the prophets. This is real quick. Let's go to the book of Daniel. This is Daniel, the 12th chapter and the 10th verse, and it reads, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Dropping down to verse 13. But go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days. So Daniel is standing amongst us now, as many other brothers. So with that, I hope this was an edifying lesson. Like I said, I'm going to continue to go through this book and read the book and then give us scriptural breakdowns and perspective. All right. And with that, I say shalom. All praises and glory and honor be unto Yahweh Shem Abishai.